Good afternoon. How you doing, my brother?
All is well. No complaints. Thank you for your time. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having a moment to step through and let's chop it up a bit. You're based in Delaware, but are you from Delaware originally?
Yeah, born and raised in Delaware. I've lived a few other places in my adult life, but I came right back. And yeah, I've been in Delaware for, again, my whole life. I love Delaware.
Where are some of the other places you lived?
I lived in Virginia for a little bit. That's definitely the majority of where I stay. I think Virginia would pretty much be like the second place I will represent, but definitely Delaware. So I would say those two places.
Was it for like school or something?
No, it was more so for personal, like family. But I definitely found music in Virginia as well. That's why I include Virginia, because I performed in Virginia. I did some studio work in Virginia as well as Delaware. But those are the places I've lived. But yeah, I'm a Delawarean all day.
Actually, when did you realize you were a musical person?
So I grew up in church. And, you know, in church, there's music everywhere in church. And my dad's a singer. So I grew up knowing singing, and my brothers can sing. We used to have a group growing up way back in the day when I was a child. That was when I had a really high voice. I would sing, the high notes. But I grew up singing, grew up around musicians, grew up around gospel. So that's pretty much the basis of where even my foundation is kind of soulful and gospel. So I definitely represent. That's where the music started, singing in church. And then from there, on singing in church, you find a boldness and you realize, singers in church, they kind of get the people hyped, So I feel like that was an easy transition for me to sing, secular, if you will.
Okay. So around what age do you play an instrument, by the way?
I do not. I can actually find my chords. Like if need be, if I'm trying to write something, I can have a piano in front of me, but that's about it.
Okay. So your instrument is the voice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just checking. I want to be sure you. Now, do you have any records out? I mean, did you ever put out like a single, or you're now coming into Abe the singer? What's happening with you?
So right now you can find free music. I do have a few songs. I have one song in particular that you could find through Bandcamp. I do have some music through SoundCloud. I have about 6 songs on SoundCloud. However, I do have one song that was pretty popular that a lot of people from Delaware know. Like every time I go out to perform, I'll be performing it today as well. A song called Higher. I suggest everyone to look up Abe Todd Higher. It's been running for about a year now. I do have new music coming as well. Also, I have a few features. And also, I will say this. In general, I love the art of music. So if it's not for me, I'm always doing something pertaining to music, whether it's writing for other people, sitting in the studio, as well as singing background. From church, I went from singing in church to singing secular, and my introduction to the secular world was singing background for a few artists.
Who are some of the folks you did backup for?
Darnell Miller, Naja Nicole, and a host of many other people. So, so then that's pretty much where you learn the roots, you see how they do it, the background aspect of it, and that's when you start to flourish and do your own thing.
You have a little skin in the game, basically.
Yeah, definitely in the background. As well as another thing that I throw on my own, like me and my family, we get together, and I also have an event that's known as Abe and Friends through the city. I'm actually working on one right now, but that's later on, beginning of next year. The few Abe and Friends that I have done were free to the city. The last 2 was on 4th and Market outside at the Wilmington Green Box. where I literally just had a DJ, food trucks, live painters, and just performers, local performers in the city, and I hosted and I sang as well. So I also like to, throw events. So generally speaking, I just like to stay in the arts and sing in the
Okay, but that sounds like a fun event. Did you? I mean, you had it already for the year?
Yeah, I had it already for the year.
Keep me posted on the next one.
Oh, definitely. You'll see.
Definitely.
2 things posted. Definitely, and it'll be in February. I'm just scoping everything out right now. But
okay,
my word, you'll definitely see everything.
You're scheduled to perform in the Delaware Music Network open mic showcase tonight. What does it feel like to be the main performer for the evening?
I'm excited. I love to just first sit and listen to everyone else. I like to enjoy the actual event and the show, and as well as just to perform. I'm more so excited. I don't really get nervous. I never really do for whenever I sing or anything. Since I'm not to do. So I really am excited. I'm grateful as well. I try to stay as busy as possible. So any invitation is a good invitation.
Okay. How did you meet Joe?
I've known Joe for years, definitely through his daughter, just singing in the music circuit, the local music circuit. I definitely have seen his daughter, Maya Bellardo, one of a very talented singer, songwriter, and that's his daughter. And being around him, and just being around him, being socially, whether it's through social networks, pretty much seeing from the last month posting it, and he reached out to me. I do have a very hectic and busy schedule, but I was definitely, even if I wasn't a lead, performer, or, I was going to try to show my face sometime, try my hardest to show my face.
The music climate for artists in Delaware, what do you think it's lacking right now?
Honestly, what it is lacking, I would have to say people's will. I wouldn't blame anything else but the people who's not flourishing when it comes to Delaware's music scene. I will say, you always hear negative things pertaining to Delaware. But, I mean, me personally, I've seen it. There are things to do in Delaware, and if you don't like it, you just have to make a lane for yourself and get yourself in the door. So, me personally, I don't really have anything bad to say or what it is lacking, because, that question could be presumed to be like a negative. But generally speaking, it's the person.
Well, yeah, I wasn't implying that you're going to be negative. I was just saying, based on the fact that you've kind of been on the local scene, there might be some things that you think could be better for improvement's sake, not in reference to imply a negative. What do you think the Delaware Music Network open mic session can actually grow into? Do you see a lot of promise with something with Delaware having something like that?
Definitely. Anything that is positive that has to do with music and art, that it can always be effective in Delaware. I definitely agree that it can grow into something bigger than itself, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Okay. All right. Well, other than tonight, and what you're planning for possibly in February, what else you may have coming up that fans could look out for?
Just being in the studio. I have a few sessions where I'm writing for other people. Definitely look out for my social media. I definitely suggest everyone follow me, A.Todd__. You can Google Abraham Todd 302 social media as well. You'll see my stuff pop up. And then, to be honest, until February, because February is my own event. So until then, anything is going with the wind. And just follow me on social media. I'll get booked for more things to come. Yeah, as of right now, though, I do have certain things coming up, but it's not necessarily my event. But I will definitely post it when I, get the dates. I've been practicing with a lot of people for a lot of things. So definitely just follow me and you'll see all the flyers to come.
Okay. Well, Abe, I'd like to thank you for your time. Is there anything you want to discuss that I probably didn't ask you, or are we good?
Oh, no, we're all set. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
All right. I'm hoping to see you break a leg this evening.
Oh, yes. You guys, if you're coming, whoever's listening, get ready to have a good time. Bring 10 people with you, and take care.
All right, man. You take care. Great chatting with you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.